Yeah, it's Ken Kraetzer for Sons of the American Legion Radio at Iona College. The Gaels have gotten back on track with a 78-59 win over Quinnipiac, a game that was really very even in the first half. You might call it a bit sloppy, but Quinnipiac shot very well in the first half. And Iona led at the half 37-34. Quinnipiac went out ahead briefly in the second half, and then Gaels went on all cylinders, went on an 18-2 run, and took a solid lead, and Quinnipiac just really did not have another gear. We were talking to their coach, Tom Moore, after, and he talked about the 8 games, 19 days that his team has played. They really had a very tough game on Saturday against Fairfield, and really didn't practice much for this one, just did walkthroughs. So a very good performance for Iona. 4 players were in double figures to the Gale. Isaiah Williams, 15 points, along with 10 rebounds, a double-double. And Ibn Muhammad, the point guard, 15 points, and also 2 assists on the day. But he really is a good quarterback for the team, a good off player for A.J. English. A.J., 16 points on the game and 5 rebounds. Really much of that, as he seems to do, he likes to take more control of the basketball in the second half, as he did today. And then Jihad Proctor came in the second half, added a lot of energy in that 18-2 run. He ended up with 11 points, 7 rebounds. So he played a lot in the early season, not so much lately. But as Iona went with a smaller, quicker lineup, he was a big part of that. Struggling today was Jordan Washington, in and out of the game in the first half, played just 17 minutes. Not much in the second half, couple of minutes towards the end. And he had 8 points, 6 rebounds, but he got called on one offensive foul late in the first half, where he did 2 shoulder turns into a defender, and that really seemed to upset him that he got the offensive foul on that play. Deshani Moosh, 21 minutes, 6 points, made some good shots, and also Aaron Roundtree, when he gets the ball, he really does. He gets a dunk or he gets in the basket. He's very economical, but he's very steady and makes the plays. The graduate student out of Wake Forest. So a good win for Iona. They shot 47% on the day, 31% to Quinnipiac, and Iona 32% on its 3-point shots. Quinnipiac, always a good rebounding team, had a size advantage, 43-41 only over Iona, and Iona 20 assists versus 14. And also, it looks something you don't see so often from an Iona team. Points in the paint, Iona at 34, and Quinnipiac 18, as Iona has been taking the ball to the basket much more often than in kind of past years in early season when it was more run and gun in the offense. Tim Cluse is really kind of not throttling back, but a little bit to try to get better defensive play from his team. And today it showed. So the Gaels now 15-10, 12-4 in the MAC. Still smarting off that home loss Saturday to Siena. But now they have the great challenge of going down to Monmouth on Friday night. So that's really going to be a big game for this team, as Monmouth now has become kind of the team to beat this season in the Metro Atlantic Conference, a team that people think, even if they don't win the tournament, would be a second team from the MAC to go to the NCAA tournament. And so we'll have some fun down there on Friday night at Monmouth. I expect a packed house, great basketball atmosphere. 10 o'clock start, I understand, so we'll double-check that on the Iona College basketball report. And of course, you can always follow us on Twitter. During the game, we're mostly on Twitter at Sons Legion Radio. And we'll be getting together with our friend Kevin Hamilton this week for more analysis on the season and the tough road games. Monmouth on Friday night kicks off, then Iona goes up to Siena. And then just one more weekend of the home season, as we have the road game at Manhattan, and then and that is on the 26th, and then the home season ender, the senior night for Iona. God, it's going to be tough to see A.J. English go. We've watched him since he was a freshman. But the last home game against Canisius, a 4 o'clock start. Then we all trek up to Albany for the MAC Conference tournament. And Iona gets a chance to see if it can win that tournament. It's anybody's tournament. Monmouth, I think, is going to be going in as a favorite. But we'll see what happens Friday night. This is a big game for Iona. They got to get Jordan Washington back on track. That's the key. Everybody else is pretty well. It's going pretty well. They got to, I think, find a way to let AJ be a little bit more assertive with the ball and do what he does best, which is is really score a lot of points and draw defenders so the other players are open. Everybody else, we're getting great play from Ibn Muhammad and certainly Isaiah Williams and also Aaron Roundtree. And, I was talking to another reporter after the game about Isaiah Williams, what he's overcome to play college basketball from all the challenges of violence in the neighborhood that he came from. It's really great to see him prospering, developing, and being a great young guy here at Iona. And you can see it on the court. Very disciplined, never says anything to anyone. And we're just so happy to see him having a very strong season and a senior season, Isaiah Williams. So from Iona, Gaels come up with a 78-59 win over Quinnipiac. And they head down to Monmouth on Friday. And we'll look forward to that. So follow us on our page, Sons Legion Radio, on Twitter and also on Facebook at our Iona College Basketball Report. So for Sons of the American Legion Radio, part of Squadron 135, White Plains, New York, and just all part of the Great American Legion family serving veterans all across the country. This is Ken Kraetzer for Sons of the American Legion Radio.